Hello. I'm back. Are you ready to learn? Our subject for today is Physical Education 6. We are now in second quarter. The topic that we are going to discuss is about physical fitness tests. Our objective assesses regularly participation in physical activities based on the Philippines Physical Activity Pyramid. Physical Education 6, Physical Fitness, VAS, LLBH, VAS 18. Our sub-objectives: understanding of regular assessment of physical activity and physical fitness, and explain the importance of assessing physical fitness. So before we start, let's have first our pretest. Will you get your one whole sheet of paper, write your name and section? Are you ready? Now, let's read the direction. Encircle the correct answer. Number 1. What physical fitness test is used to measure the cardiovascular endurance? A. Push-up. B. Basic plank. C. 40-meter sprint. D. 3 minutes step test. Number 2. It is done to measure the coordination of eye and hand. A. Standing long jump. B. Weight. C. Height. D. Juggling. Number 3. It is the distance between the feet on the floor to the top of the head in standing position. A. Weight. B. Height. C. Zipper test. D. Sit and reach. Number 4. It measures the strength of upper extremities. A. Push-up. B. Basic plank. C. Zipper test. D. Height. And last, number 5. It is done to measure the explosive strength and power of the leg muscle. A. Sit and reach. B. Stork balance stand test. C. Juggling. D. Standing long jump. Now, let's check your answer. Be honest. Number 1. What physical fitness test is used to measure the cardiovascular endurance? A. Push-up. B. Basic plank. C. 40-meter sprint. D. 3 minutes step test. What is your answer? Yes, it is 3 minutes step test. Now let's go to number 2. It is done to measure the coordination of eye and hand. A. Standing long jump. B. Weight. C. Height. D. Juggling. What is your answer? Correct, it is juggling. Now let's go to number 3. It is the distance between the feet on the floor to the top of the head in standing position. A. Weight. B. Height. C. Zipper test. D. Sit and reach. What is your answer? Correct, it is sit and reach. Now let's go to number 4. It measures the strength of upper extremities. A. Push-up. B. Basic plank. C. Zipper test. D. Height. What is your answer? Yes, it is push-up. Now let's go to number 5, the last number. It is done to measure the explosive strength and power of the leg muscle. A. Sit and reach. B. Stork balance stand test. C. Juggling. D. Standing long jump. What is your answer? Correct! It is standing long jump. Now, let's go to our lesson. What is physical fitness test? So, physical fitness test is comprised of a series of exercises that help evaluate our overall health and physical status. Why do we need to evaluate our overall health and physical status? First, to determine the level of our fitness. Next is to identify strengths and weaknesses to develop and to the development and improvement. So, if it is your strength, you need to enrich it. If it is your weakness, you need to improve it. Next is to provide baseline data for selection of physical activities for enhancement of health and skill performance. We need to enhance our health and skill performance. Next is to gather data for the development of norms and standards and to motivate, guide, and counsel us in selecting sports for recreation, competition, and lifetime participation. What is the importance of physical fitness test? We can improve our physical fitness by monitoring ourselves in regular assessment using this physical fitness test to achieve our goals, which is to become physically fit. So how do we improve our physical fitness? First, we have to know our body composition. And what is this body composition? Body composition is the body's relative amount of fat to fat-free mass. Next, know our body mass index. And what is this body mass index? Body mass index is a measure of body fat based on height and weight according to our age. So, what are the physical fitness tests? So, we have here the body mass index. Under the body mass index, we have the weight. And what is this weight? Weight is the heaviness or lightness of a person. We have to weigh ourselves if we are overweight, obese, or underweight. Next is the height. What is height? It is the distance between the feet on the floor to the top of the head in standing, like the video. Next is the flexibility. What is this flexibility? It is the ability of the joints and muscles to move through its full range of motion. And under this flexibility, we have the test which is the zipper test. What is this zipper test? To test the flexibility of the shoulder girder, like this one. The next one is the sit and reach, to test the flexibility of our lower back extremities, like what is in this picture. The next one is the speed. What is this speed? It is the ability to perform a movement in one direction in the shortest period of time. Under this speed, we have the test which is the 40-meter sprint to measure the running speed, like the illustration below. The next one is the cardiovascular endurance. What is this cardiovascular endurance? It is the ability of the heart, lungs, and blood vessels to deliver oxygen to working muscles and tissues, as well as the ability of those muscles and tissues to utilize the oxygen. It is the endurance may also refer to the ability of the muscle to do repeated work without fatigue. And the test in cardiovascular endurance is the 3 minutes step test. It is to measure the cardiovascular endurance, like this illustration below. The next is the strength. What is this strength? Strength is the ability of the muscle to generate force against the physical objects. And this is the test, which is the push-up, to measure strength of our upper extremities, like this one. This is the push-up for boys, and this is the push-up for girls. The next is the basic plank, to measure the strength and stability of the core muscle, like this one. Next is the power. And what is this power? Power is the ability of the muscle to transfer energy and release maximum force at a fast rate. And the test for that is standing long jump to measure the explosive strength and power of the leg. And this is the sample, the illustration below. Next is the agility. What is this agility? It is the ability to move in different directions quickly using a combination of balance, coordination, speed, strength, and endurance. And this is the test, hexagon agility test, to measure the ability of the body to move in different direction. This is the sample on how you are going to do the agility test. Next is the reaction time. What is this reaction time? It is the amount of time it takes to respond to a stimulus. And the test for that is the stick drop test to measure the time to respond to a stimulus. This is the illustration. Look at the ruler. There. Next is the coordination. It is the ability to use the senses with the body part to perform motor tasks smoothly and accurately. And the test for that is the juggling, to measure the coordination of the eye and the hand, like this one, the illustration below. Next is the balance. It is the maintenance of equilibrium while stationary or while moving. And the test for that is the Stork balance stand test to assess one's ability to maintain equilibrium, like this illustration below. Now, let's have our post test. Will you get one whole sheet of paper? Write your name and section. Okay. Are you ready? Now, let's have the direction. Copy the letter of the correct answer. Let's have number 1. It is done to measure the flexibility of the shoulder girdle. A. Weight. B. Sit and reach. C. Height. D. Zipper test. Number 2. It is done to measure strength, stability of the core muscles. A. 40-meter sprint. B. Basic plank. C. Stick drop test. D. Height. Number 3. It is the ability of the heart, lungs, and blood vessel to deliver oxygen to the working muscles and tissues. A. Flexibility. B. Power. C. Body composition. D. Cardiovascular endurance. Number 4. It is the ability to perform a movement in one direction in the shortest period of time. A. Strength. B. Speed. C. Power. D. Agility. And last, number 5. It is done to measure the time to respond to a stimulus. A. Stork balance test. B. Hexagon agility test. C. Stick drop test. And D. Standing long jump. Okay? Please subscribe and thank you very much. Goodbye.